Am I digesting my food? Am I getting all the nutrients that I am supposed to be getting into my body? How do I know if I am or if I'm not? I just had these questions asked of me from a client just this afternoon. And her doctor advised her to go in and have test A done, test B done, test C done, you know, colonoscopy, digestion test, this test, that test. Of course they did. There's a much easier and less invasive way to find out if you are getting the nutrients into your body that you are supposed to be getting. And it does not involve a whole bunch of expensive tests and being probed and prodded by a whole bunch of strangers that you know absolutely nothing about. So, you know, there's a lot of problem with nutritional issues because we are a society that believes that if we miss even one meal, we're going to die. That's it. We're going to die. And what the standard American diet or SAD diet, the people that eat this type of diet, what they don't realize is they're dying anyway, because you're not absorbing any nutrients through that. You know, the average American will go to McDonald's and order, let's just, for argument's sake, let's just say a Happy Meal. And, you know, the body needs certain nutrients. The cells, your cells need certain nutrients in order to stay alive. And if they don't get those nutrients, they just fade out and they die, just like the stars up in the sky. You know, as it is above, so it is below. And I'm telling you, and what happens is, you know, you start eating this food, and your stomach, your intestines, everywhere that needs these nutrients and has to grab these nutrients is going, okay, French fries can't use that, bread can't use that, okay, not, oh my God, there's a pickle. Oh my God, there's a piece of lettuce. And you end up being hungry again. And, you know, whatever you eat is just going right through you. I mean, you can literally go to the bathroom and you will see undigested food in your stools. And there's a reason for that. I mean, you're obviously not taking in the nutrients that you're supposed to be taking in. You're not assimilating those nutrients correctly, and your body is not using them. And when you don't get nutrients, you slowly start dying, and you start getting diseases that you never even wanted. So another problem that you end up getting is fermentation. When you're not digesting your nutrients properly, there's a lot of fermentation and a lot of gas that goes on, because that food ends up sitting in your colon, and it goes through it very slowly, and the slower that it goes through there, the more that stays behind, and the next thing you know, you have a lot of fermentation, and fermentation causes gas. So if you have a lot of gas, that is going to be your number one clue that you are not taking in those nutrients and absorbing them the way that you should be absorbing them. That you also get colon self-toxification, because what ends up happening is, as this stuff starts going through your colon very slowly, this food, it starts forming kind of a sticky plaque. And just like in your arteries, when you have a heart attack, you have all that plaque. Well, that also happens inside your colon. And these are your colon walls, and as this sticky plaque, it starts building on the inside of your colon wall. It almost forms like a shield, right? So as you're eating, that food is just like, it's like a pipe. It's just going one end and out the other, and one end and out the other. The client that I just had today, she was informing me that she can actually eat like the food and she will see the whole food the same way it went in this end, it's going out the other end. I mean, it is just not digesting at all, which also tells me that she has very, very low stomach acid. She's not, her stomach is just not doing its job. Its colon is not doing its job, and the intestines are not absorbing any of these minerals or nutrients that she needs. Another problem that you end up having is leaky gut syndrome when this begins to happen. And what happens with leaky gut syndrome is that you know, our colon system, our digestive system, if you will, should be a closed end system. Whatever goes in here should not leave, should go through the pipe and exit without ever leaving the body. But what ends up happening is you start ending up getting leaky gut syndrome, and these proteins and these toxins start breaking through the gut wall and start entering into your bloodstream. And that's when you start having a lot of issues, is when all this stuff that should have been in this closed-end system is starting to leak out to places that it does not belong. You end up stressing out the liver tremendously. Your liver starts having so many problems. And another problem that you have are horrible skin conditions. You know, the psoriasis, the dry skin, just, you know, this, that. That's why, you know, you'll notice that when a lot of people start to detox, their kidneys are not functioning properly, which I will do a video on how to get your kidneys filtering. When your kidneys are not filtering properly, when your gut is not eliminating those toxins properly, you know, it has to use your lungs to get these toxins out, or has to use your skin. Somehow these toxins have to leave the skin. I mean, leave the body. And 9 out of 10 times it uses the skin, because this is your biggest organ in your body. And, you know, it's going to start doing that. Another problem that you have when you're not digesting your food properly and you're not taking in these nutrients, besides the obvious fact that you're going to end up getting sick and die, is parasites. And a lot of people will sit there and go, "Oh my God, Marie, don't even tell me I have parasites." Everyone has parasites inside their body. Everyone. I mean, they could be in your brain, anywhere. They could be in your lungs. You know, they have lung flukes, just like they do in fish. You can get worms in your stomach, just like your dogs, just like your cats, especially for you animal lovers out there. If you have dogs and if you have cats and you don't wash your hands after petting them, that is a great idea a great way to introduce parasites into your body. So make sure you wash your hands after petting those cats and petting those dogs. But you definitely, once a year, you definitely want to rid yourself of any parasites in your body. But right now, those parasites are doing you a huge favor. And the reason they're doing you a huge favor is because they're, you know, just like maggots eat all that, I know as horrible as it sounds, as they eat all that food that has no business being wherever it should be, the food that has no business being where it should be in your stomach is also, those parasites are eating up all that extra stuff. So if it wasn't for those parasites, you'd probably be in a world of hurt. So you need to really clean up your gut. So the first thing that you need to do that, or what I tell my clients to do and what I've done to do it, is number one is digestive enzymes. There's a lot of people out there that do not like digestive enzymes. I have pancreatic digestive enzymes because, of course, I had diabetes. And there's a whole bunch of digestive enzymes out there on the market. I'm a strong believer that they do help tremendously, but I'm also a strong believer that you should not use them longer than 30 days, because what happens is that the body has a tendency to get used to these digestive enzymes, and it gets lazy, and it wants to continue allowing the digestive enzymes to do the job, and you know, and then it doesn't do it for you. So you want to kind of help the body out by giving the digestive enzymes and going, here, let me help you. They're kind of a helper. But after 30 days, you don't want to take them anymore, and you want to let the body, but hopefully by that time the body has kicked in and it's doing its thing by itself. The second thing is psyllium husks. Psyllium husks, your colon needs fiber. And 50% of Americans just don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. So increasing your fiber intake is like the best thing you can do. If you go to any colon therapist or doctor or anyone that knows anything about the colon, the first thing they're going to tell you is, do you consume psyllium husks? And it's a powder form. You can sprinkle it on your oatmeal. You can sprinkle it on salads. You can put it in your smoothies. You can put it in your juices. However you need to get this stuff down. And this pack, I just bought it yesterday, $2 at Natural Grocers. I mean, you could pretty much pick them up at any whole food store, you know, health food store. You do not want to buy like the junk, the fiber junk that they have like at Walmart, that you just mix in water. You don't want that. It does not work the same. You definitely want good psyllium husks. Another thing you want to do is rid yourself of those parasites. You need to get those parasites out of your body. I use a product called Parasite, Paracide, and it has all this stuff in it. You notice there's only like 2 pills in there, and I actually do this about every 6 months. I do a week's worth to make sure that I've got no little boogers living in my tummy. So I'm hoping that have had my digestive system cleaned out enough where I don't have any boogers anyway. But yeah, you want to get rid of the boogers because they can get pretty big. So how do you know? How do you know if you need all this? How do you know? Number one, go take a look in the mirror and check to see if you have a line going across your chin right here. The deeper that this line is, it's actually called a chi line in Oriental medicine, and the Chinese actually believe that the deeper that this line is, the chi is actually leaving your body and you don't have much longer to live. There's a good reason for that. The deeper that line is, the less nutrients that you are absorbing into your system. So when I first started this journey, my healing journey, I had a horrible line right here. And slowly but surely, it's been going away. But that's something that you really want to pay close attention to. I actually look in the mirror once a week and check to see the lines on my face, because the lines on your face actually tell you if your cells are deficient, in any nutrients. One of the best things that you can do for your cells, I use Highland's bioplasma cell salts. These are tissue salts. They're 100% safe. They don't interact with any medication. You can give them to infants. You can give them to animals. You can give them to cats. You can give them to anyone you want. I take 4 tablets 3 times a day. And the main thing with this product is you do not want to touch it with your hands. You don't want the salts from your hands touching any of this. Number 2, you cannot be lactose intolerant, because there is a lactose base to this, so you do not want to be lactose intolerant. And number 3, you want to make sure that they go underneath your tongue and then they dissolve. They're wonderful for anything that you want. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to privately email me, and I will tell you where to get them. I will tell you how to take them, whatever you need, because these are not well known. They're actually very well known overseas. In Germany, they've been doing them forever. Italy, I also believe, but in the United States, they're not well known. And your cells actually do need certain salts to stay alive and survive. Another is take a look at your nails. Okay? If you have grooves in your nails, if you have any form of where they're splitting, dark black lines, big white spots, whatever, look at your nails. Your nails are going to be the first indication that there is something going on in your tummy, because this is a connective tissue problem. And if you have connective tissue problems on your nails, which connective tissues can give you hernias, all sorts of stuff, but they can also give you prolapsed bowel. And what happens is your bowels are they just don't have that connective tissue that they need to do their job. So you definitely want to look at your nails, and lines that are going down your nails, deep grooves, the deeper the grooves, the worse problems that you have with connective tissue. So you definitely want to look at that. You're going to get a lot of saggy skin, stuff like that, saggy, puffy, right around here. You're going to get saggy jaws. You're going to get all sorts of stuff. I had a horrible problem with connective tissue because I wasn't even digesting my food. So I'm just now cleaning up all these problems. Another thing that you want to do is, this is your best test. This is beet juice. It's not 100% beet juice, because if you've never drank beet juice before, it's pretty earthy. It almost tastes like you're drinking dirt, and it's a kind of a shock to your liver and your kidneys if you have never drank it before. So it's something that you want to gradually work up to. So what I've done is, this is beet juice with some green apples and some celery and some cucumber and a little bit of ginger. But the thing with the beet juice is it tells you how well you are processing nutrients in your bowels. Drink at least this much. Take at least this much into your system. And the following day, when you go to the bathroom, you want to look at your stools. The first time that I ever drank beet juice, I thought I was dying. When I looked into my toilet, it looked like I had bled to death. The beet juice had literally gone in one end and out the other. I had not absorbed any of it. None of the nutrients had gone into my system. So this is a great indicator. It will let you know how well you are digesting your food. Now, 10 months later, I only drink beet juice once a month. And the reason I do that is because I want to check my progress. 10 months after consuming beet juice, now I just did it last week, and after I checked, the only thing I had was like a little bit of pink residue in the water. So I am almost 100% taking in all the nutrients to your body. So I'm telling you, this is the best and cheapest test that anyone can do, and there's not a doctor anywhere in the world that can give you a test as accurate as beet juice. I promise you. And not only that, but as you're drinking that beet juice, you are doing your liver a huge favor, and you are helping your kidneys out so much, because this is one of the best things that you can do. Another thing that you can do is, once you do the beet juice and you find out that you are not taking in the nutrients that you are supposed to be taking into, if you have any kind of intestinal issues, if you have ulcers, if you have colitis, if you have irritable bowel, if you have anything to do with your stomach or your colon, the best thing that you can do for yourself is juice. Drinking juices, green juices, buy yourself a juicer. Jack LaLanne, I mean, they're pretty cheap. I think they're $60. You can go on your local Craigslist. People sell them left and right. They think they're going to get on these great weight loss and detox programs, and then they don't want them anymore. Or they upgrade to better juicers. I've already sold 2 juicers on Craigslist because I've upgraded, and I've got upgraded to better juicers. You know, the more you know about juicing, the more you upgrade. So you get rid of your lower juicers. And Jack LaLanne, I mean, $60. You can pick them up pretty much $60. Some of them you can even get for $30. Anything that will work as a juicer, I highly suggest it. Because when you're not digesting and you have that coat on your intestines, it's very hard for food to penetrate through there. But juice, it's a liquid. So it can get into those crevices and start rehydrating your colon. As a matter of fact, I drink very little water, which I know I just slap myself. It's bad. But I don't worry about it so much because I do drink coconut water, which hydrates me. I do juice a lot, and I eat a lot of fruit. So there's a lot of water content. The other day when I went to my doctor and they had to draw my blood, the woman, the first comment out of her mouth was, wow, you are really hydrated. It works. It really gets into your colon. Now, before I leave, I want to say one last thing. Your colon is your water reservoir. So if your brain needs water, if your muscles need water, if anything needs water, and you have not given your body enough water, it's going to pull it out of your colon. So it's going to make that colon even drier, and it's going to impact things even worse. So you definitely want to hydrate yourself as much as possible. Start loving coconut water. Start loving your juices. Juices, I just can't say enough wonderful things. Juicing has saved my life. Go check out anyone on the net that does juicing. Joe Cross, Dan McDonald. All of these people will teach you how to juice, and it saved my life. So I hope that the next time I see you on these videos, you'll be sitting there watching me with one of these in your hand. It doesn't have to be beets. It could be green, it could be pink, it could be yellow, it could be orange. It doesn't matter. But that is my wish for you, to see you watching one of these videos with a fresh pressed juice in your hand. Until next time, be happy, stay healthy, and be kind to your gut. Because it's the only way that you're going to make it through. It'll show you some love back. I promise. Till next time. Bye-bye.